What's good with y'all boys, man? So Blake is finally here. The wait is over. Okay. Whether you are excited or not, uh, I think some people are going to be pretty surprised about him. Okay. Now we'll go through the skills and everything like that, and then I'll talk about what I have seen from him so far in some of the games I've played. Because yes, people do have him already. And then we'll talk about some of the things that are actually a little, like I said, surprising about him. He has some different pieces to his kit I didn't expect. First off, easy pickings covering the alt. You see what it does. It's nothing too special. There is a little special ability it has tied into it later, but we'll talk about that when we get into the skill tree. Passives, he got a lot of them, doing a lot of different things. His first one for dunking is just going to be giving him a 100% chance to dunk when 5 meters or closer to the basket, with a chance to do his fancy dunks between 3 and 5 meters if you're doing your driving ability. So the monster charge or the Godspeed, which you don't see up here on the top, but it's again going to be in the skill tree. So we'll talk about it a little bit later. Next piece, I actually haven't figured this out exactly, but it's supposed to be a boost to morale. I'm just not sure exactly how the time thing works with the dunks. And it's only for 30 morale, so I don't know if I just haven't seen people try to use it. Maybe there's no visual cue for it. I don't know. But it is there. He does have the ability. His takeoff prep state is going to give him a few different boosts based on whether he's going up with a one-hand or two-hand dunk, and it talks about some of those enhancements at the bottom, on top of him getting the release speed, dunk block resistance, and mid-range accuracy. Monster charge is basically talking about his little main driving ability. I think the only special stuff about this, it doesn't say it here, but if you drive for a certain amount of time, you're way harder to stop. His dash, which everybody has, that's not special. Screen ability, and then there go the one hand and two hand dunk enhancements. One hand giving you dunk speed and the chance to posterize the opponent. Two hand giving you block resistance, which makes sense. Two hands for safety. Okay. Now, monster charge, like I said, that's the little ability you can see here where he runs forward, which is nothing too crazy on its own. But you will have the Godspeed talent at the bottom that lets you do either an in and out or a behind the back dribble, and then you can chain all of these with I think you can stack it up to twice. Then it has a little cooldown on it, and then he has some moves he can do in the post as well. So he has some mobility to him. It's not too bad. First dunking talent out of 3, which is insane, is Brutal Grace and Brutal Grace two-handed version. Okay, basically it's just you going up. If you decide to hold the joystick a certain way, that's how you get the two-handed version to trigger. And then power finish is just your shot button that you can use to cancel out of either one of these instead of going up. I want to say for the most part that's it outside of his little boost down here for it. He does have a cool talent. This is one of the ones that surprised me here that I want to talk about later. Power finish. This is going to be your pull-up shot. It says his contested range goes down, but it does not feel like it from what I've seen with the Blakes I've played against so far. Maybe it's just people expecting it a lot, like I talked about them potentially doing when we talked about Blake in his video. I don't know. These Blakes haven't necessarily been the most crafty, and they shouldn't be. They just pulled the players, what they get for using them this early. But maybe once we start seeing him out for a little bit longer, we'll get to see a little more creativity that's hopefully helping him get this shot off a little easier. But it says it reduces contested range. You have a hook shot that you can also do between 2 to 5 meters from the rim. The power step back is what you see during the little dribble moves where he goes back and straight into the shot, which you can cancel, which is pretty tough. Helps you be a little more elusive. The versatile attacker state is what you get after 5 dunks, which is a little tough to have to get to, but once you get there, it does give you a better shooting chance. His contested range goes down more, which I think is probably what helps you getting those shots off, along with his pass distance and speed going up a little bit. And then power shot is just the shooting ability that you can cancel. Okay. The cool part about his little extra talent down here point forward is that he can pass out of dunks. You can only do it like once per possession, but you do boost teammates' open shot accuracy when you do pass it out to them. So that's pretty nice, both for helping your teammates and then shaking up the defenders a little bit. It says you can only do it once per possession, but hopefully if you do it right, you shouldn't have to like spam it in the same possession. Apex Slam is his alley-oop abilities along with his putback dunk. Basically, if you're close to the goal, 1 to 4 meters, you get in the standing alley-oop where you're not moving. If you're moving, then you won't actually go into it. You got to be standing still for you to even call for it. Outside of that, from 4 meters to the 3-point line, you can do the one where you can move around, kind of like how bronze is, and you'll just jump from wherever they throw the ball to for you to go for it. His putback is pretty tough. He gets a few different boosts for it and has a pretty solid range for it. Okay. Probably going to be the only thing that's helping him when it comes to the rebounding. Outside of that, I think that's it for the most part, that's it for this ability. Then you got his defensive ability. If your teammate happens to jump at the wrong time, hopefully too early, you can jump after them and you will get an increase to your block range and angle. Only if your teammate mistimes a jump and then you jump within a second after them. But very, very niche situation. So we got to see if Blake users actually like that ability. And then if his team fails to score, Griffin gains significant boost to his movement, consistency, and rebound attributes in the next possession. So you will be getting slight boosts if your teammate is missing. So hopefully they're not missing, but if they do, you'll get a little something to help you out at least. Now we can go into the skill tree, get to some of the more interesting stuff. First off, this posterizing ability. So obviously the counter to Blake is that you're supposed to block him. If you ever mistime a dunk, or mistime a block, and that's something that's kind of tough to do because he has the option to double clutch some of his, so he's gonna have a lot of weird timings on top of all his different animations, plus the different ones he can get from the talents. You jump too early or late, you get a stack of poster material, and this can stack up to 5 times. Each stack decreases your chance of blocking him the next time he goes up. That's a pretty interesting ability, and actually makes him a lot better than I thought he was going to be. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing properly, yes, you might not get your threes off, but you can get your guaranteed dunks off. And scare them enough to where you probably have the creative space to be able to get to the 3 a lot more. So I like that part of his kit a lot. That's a little different. If they do attempt to block and they just lose the contact, meaning they timed it right, or they actually get a successful one, then it'll clear all the stacks on them. But up until then, it's yam time. His face your fear ability, this is basically just that little animation you see where people have the red chains around them. Anybody that he's dunked on that has poster material on them will get that and be sort of locked in place whenever he uses his ultimate. I think it said you can use like the steal button or something to get out of it, but you're not changing anything anyway if it happens, so it doesn't really matter. This is his dribbling ability. Like I said earlier, you get a little in and out or behind the back, and you can stack up to 2 times with these moves. And then same thing, once you get inside, you get a post spin that you can go left or right out of with an additional spin. 2 stacks. pretty fast movement for real for trying to throw people off before you get the ball up. So it's not bad. Let's see. Is there anything important? Yes. Okay. Don't care about the Airwalker thing. That's basically just his double clutch ability and the boost you get from that. He has a throw-in dunk. And let's see. Where are you at in the cycle? There it is, right there. That is really creative that they were able to figure out how to throw that into his kit in a way that makes sense. And it's tough to see. Way it works is anytime his team is losing, certain skills he will have the ability, if 1.5 meters away from the basket at least, and in the takeoff prep state, he'll be able to do the throw in. If he does the throw in, nothing except for an ultimate can win the physical contact. Basically meaning you got yammed on. Unless that might mean you got to time it right, but I'm pretty sure that means you got yammed on. Y'all let me know in the comments. I like that a lot. When I talk about the creativity from them every now and then, and Blake actually having the throw in be a part of his kit, I think he throws it in with his ultimate too, but having it be something he can easily access is pretty cool. That's the point for it. Stuff that I was talking about, boosting your teammates, screen ability, defense ability. Okay. So, end of the day, my opinion, he's actually somewhat solid. A lot of people say that he needs a good lineup, and we're going to talk about lineups later. That'll be another video I do, probably the next one. A lot of people say that he needs a good lineup to be good, but the thing is, that's really the story for most players in the game. Like, the ones that come out and we really consider OP and broken are the ones that don't need a specific team or anything like that and kind of just do whatever. For the most part, everybody else should come out and need to be ran a certain way to be able to be good. And that's not always a bad thing. That's why I said I'm going to make a video on it, because some people just look at it the wrong way. But for Blake, I think if you have the right team for spacing, potentially you run him at 2, have another big man that's able to help out with boards and stuff like that. Or even a good Blake that really just has his rebound timing and all that different stuff down, you're going to be scoring fine. That's not going to be a problem for you. And then you have some solid defense, maybe make sure you run with another defensive player just to help you out a little bit, get you a Kawhi Leonard or something like that. I think you got a pretty solid chance of still being able to work out and make something happen on him. And even outside of all of that, like I said, just to play, I feel like this is probably the closest you get at a fun big to like Olajuwon, and you could kind of throw Wemby in there. But this is like all the different variation of everything you can do, going out, getting inside, doing the post spins, having the option to go down and shoot a 3 if that's what you want to do, or if you happen to be caught open, you don't have to play like Rodman and stand at the long 2 all the time. It's pretty tough, man. It's pretty tough. So y'all let me know what y'all thinking down in the comments. Like I said, I'm not pulling him right now. I know I'm going to get him eventually. I'm not prioritizing it right now. Save up resources, wait to see who else they're going to drop here in the next month or so, whenever we get our next player. So he'll be on the roster eventually, but let me know how y'all feel about it. If you went ahead and decided to pick him up, how you think he's playing so far. If you've played against any that might have been giving you a hard time, y'all let me know. All right. Outside of that, we have hit 500 subscribers. So to everybody that's still watching to hear this, I appreciate the absolute shit out of y'all boys. Okay. It has been a journey of only 3 months, and we got 500 subs. We got a community that's either at or about to be at 50 plus members. Lots of support, man, just for everything. Comments, liking the videos, sharing the videos, anything. I appreciate all of it. I'm thinking about starting to stream soon. If that's something y'all interested in, let me know. Also, 2K content starting this week. We get to see whatever it is they about to reveal from all this little stuff they've been doing for the last 20 something days. So if you want to see any of that, or if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, leave a like, hit that post notification button for more, man. And I will catch y'all on the next one.